happen. There won't be any left.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. There are questions put to the side.
Mine actually isn't a question either, it's a comment. I'm Brianna Miller. I attend the University of Arizona and I volunteer at Biosphere 2 with marine biologist Rafe Sagarin. I don't know if anyone knows who that is. But I just wanted to say that these frequencies that will be, I guess, blasted into the ocean have been shown to disrupt the behavior of most marine mammals, and it's also been shown to drastically change the behavior of squid. I was also just going to say that there's been 2 cases of fish and marine mammals beaching themselves during the surveys of seismic testing, and in these areas it was the Galapagos and the Sea of Cortez.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that information.
Hi, my name is Joy Leckie. I am a native Long Beach Islander, and I live here in Barnegat Lake year-round. I also own a company here in Barnegat Lake. 2 questions. I know there is an attempt at an injunction tomorrow morning, but is there a plan B if the injunction fails, i.e. I own a boat, and for this I'd be happy to get arrested. Secondly, has anyone done an economic impact study? Because I can only imagine what effect it's going to have on the state of New Jersey, because the Jersey Shore produces billions of dollars in tax revenue for the state. And I can't imagine the reaction that tourism would have if carpets start washing up on our shores. And my heart goes out to any marine mammal, any creature that would suffer the consequences of sonic blasts like this. I mean, I've seen the videos from the military blasts and the inexplicable beachings of mammals thereafter. So I can't imagine that they would go ahead and do something like this without both an environmental impact study and an economic impact study, especially 2 years post-Sandy. Again, dumb and irresponsible.
Just to address the economic study component of this, the most recent study has been done by the Marine Trades Association New Jersey as it impacts recreational boating, but it is a generalized study, as is the case with the prior study for recreational and commercial fishing input into the state's economy. Give or take, depending on the nature of what you're studying, is between $2 and $3.5 to $4 billion. There's no way of quantifying at this point what impact that will have. We know that all boating activity associated in terms of economy, we know that more than 50% of participation through boats is for fishing purposes. We know how many inlets draw to this area. We do not have a specific number, and frankly, I don't know how you would do that at this point. What we do know, without doubt, however, is that it will have a very, very significant and negative impact.
Yeah, I think that's one of the arguments that the state is making, is that the imminent economic harm once these fish scatter. But no, there's not been any formal assessment at all. Usually an environmental impact study takes years to develop. This was done in literally a couple weeks, a couple months rather. It's really extraordinary. Yes.
Captain Joe Fogel, United States Merchant Marine Service, and I'm also Executive Director of Water Watch International, a nonprofit that's been around about 40 years. We do water monitoring and we're interested in marine environments. Today I have a question, but I just wanted to make a statement. Has anybody thought about moving this testing time to a later period, sometime when there isn't so much economic activity along the shoreline, particularly in terms of tourism, fishing, boating, and your marine migrations as well? Has that been addressed? Has anybody thought about, and is there a reason why?
Right. Well, they did not do an environmental impact, full, complete environmental impact study. As everybody, most other studies of this kind have to go through a complete environmental impact study, which looks at alternatives, including the no action alternative, which is my favorite, which is they don't do it at all. They have the data, they have the core samples, what a color 3D image gives them, I mean, they have technology and software today that can turn 2D images into 3D images. You know, the color image, get a box of crayons. You know, I mean, we really don't need to hurt our marine life for this kind of activity. So we want a fully environmental impact study that includes the no action alternative so no marine life gets harmed.
Well, I want to thank you.
And we find out what's going on with sea level rise, as it's been said. I think we're getting the message, right?
Cindy, you've done a wonderful job.
Oh, thank
Clean
you,
Ocean
Captain.
Action.
So have you. Right
And
after
I just want to say one other thing, and I'll make it really brief. I want you to try to imagine what it's like in the middle of the night. You're in your room, you're sound asleep. Everything is nice and quiet. I want you to listen to the quiet for just a minute. Now, this is what it's like in the middle of the night, in your bed, when it's quiet.
Enough said.
We don't want no more booms.
Thank you, Captain. Well said, as usual. Thank you so much for all your work. Yes, go to the side.
Hello, my name is Tom MacArthur. I have been a homeowner here in Barnegat Light for 8 years, and I'm the Republican nominee for the U.S. House of Representatives. Not here, that's Frank Lobiondo, but when you go over the bridge into the 3rd District. And I just want to say thank you to the people that have worked hard on this, and make it crystal clear that I will be as forceful an advocate as I can be in joining you and others in protecting our commercial and our recreational fishing industry. This isn't just politics. This is about protecting our coastline, and I'm serious about it. And I just want to say it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Yes.
Hi, sorry to disappoint on the politics. I'm Mr. MacArthur's opponent, Fred Laverne.
And you too. The same goes for you. The same
I'm
goes
number
for you.
3816 in the Beach Buggy Association. 3610 is my wife. Okay? I grew up at the Lakeport and West End Beach in West Long Branch, and spent most of my time when I was a young man fishing, which is probably why I'm not as successful as I should be. Somebody's asking a question back here, and I wasn't finished with my question.
No, I think he's trying to get the congressman has to leave. He has to go to another meeting. He was kind enough to spend his time here. So.
My question is,
Yes.
and this is an important one, because you guys all here are doing an awful lot. This is about stewardship. How did we wait until tomorrow to file an injunction? I just want to understand why this process wasn't undertaken back in April. And the reason I want to understand that is there's an old saying, the best day to plant a tree is, the second best day to plant a tree is today. The second best day, or the first best day, is a year ago. How are we in court tomorrow rather than...
From a legal standpoint, you can't file for an injunction until every other action has been taken. And yesterday, they issued the permit. So you can't really go into the judge and say, stop this study, because the permits hadn't been issued. The permits were issued yesterday. They're going in, you know, very quickly. They're going in the next day, pretty much. So I think they did get their ducks in a row. So, I mean, you can't file.
There was no other action that could be taken.
We have an attorney here. We should have turned it over to the attorney.
Simply speaking, you are required by law to exhaust your administrative remedies. Once you've taken all those measures and the permit's been issued, then you sue. That's what the governor's doing.
Mr. Logan,